The celestial palace of the Dragon Empire shimmered like molten gold above the clouds. Towers of glass fire rose into the sky, alive with ancient energy. Dragons in humanoid form walked the halls, scaled, regal, radiant. In the center of it all ruled Empress Aelira, the most feared and honored dragon monarch in the galaxy. Her daughter, Princess Aelira, stood at her side, but unlike her mother, Aelira rarely looked anyone in the eyes. She kept her hands curled close to her chest, tapping gently. Light touches in a rhythm only she understood. When palace courtiers approached, she stepped back, overwhelmed. Retreating into herself, she was quiet, brilliant, and deeply misunderstood, the nobles whispered whenever she passed. She does not speak at gatherings. She avoids us. She will never be fit to rule. Aelira heard every word. Her senses were sharp, sometimes painfully so. Loud sounds, bright lights, and emotional pressure pressed on her like waves. She preferred soft lights, calm corners, and patterns she could hold on to. No one understood until the day the Newhuman arrived. The human with the soft eyes. His name was Rion, a cultural envoy from the Human Federation. Unlike the towering dragons, Rion looked almost fragile in the grand palace. Yet he moved with a calm steadiness that made even the Empress take notice. Humans were new allies, new possibilities. The Empress welcomed him with a feast. The hall shone with flames, crystal chandeliers, and music that thundered like storms. Aelira stood beside her mother, twisting the ends of her ceremonial ribbon, trying not to collapse under the sensory overload. Rion entered gently. Soft steps, soft voice, soft eyes, Aelira noticed instantly. He didn't stare. He didn't judge. He simply smiled and placed a hand on his chest in greeting. For the first time that evening, Aelira's shoulders eased. The ballroom of light later, the celebration moved into the grand ballroom. Countless lanterns drifted overhead like glowing stars. Music pulsed from every corner, too bright, too loud, too much. Aelira retreated toward a pillar, hands over her ears, trying to keep from spiraling. No one noticed. They were too busy dancing, showing off ancient Dragoon movements. No one except Rion. He walked toward her slowly, not crowding her, not touching her, simply approaching with quiet awareness. "Is it too loud?" he asked softly. Aelira blinked, surprised that someone actually saw her. She gave a small nod. He glanced around the hall for a calmer spot. "May I stay here with you?" Another small nod. They sat together on the marble steps. Aelira tapped her fingers, tap, 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 finding her safe rhythm. "What rhythm is that?" Rion asked. Aelira froze. Most people told her to stop, to behave, to act like others, but Rion asked because he wanted to understand. "It's a grounding rhythm," she whispered. "It makes the world quieter." "It's beautiful," he said. No one had ever said that to her. "Dance with me." A slow, gentle melody began. Rion stood and extended a hand toward her. Aelira flinched. "I don't dance like them." "Good," he said, smiling. "I don't either," she hesitated. Not because she didn't want to, but because she didn't know if she could. Rion waited, not pushing, not insisting. Just waiting. Aelira finally placed her trembling hand in his. They stepped to the quieter edge of the dance floor. Rion followed her natural rhythm. Soft, slow movements, drifting like gentle wind. Aelira smiled. The entire ballroom froze. For the first time in her life, she wasn't overwhelmed during a royal gathering. She was present, joyful, and she was dancing with the human. Whispers in the hall, the nobles began murmuring. "Why him? He doesn't know our customs. This is not proper. She is letting him touch her!" Aelira heard everything. Old fear rose inside her. Rion stepped gently beside her, shielding her from their judgment, not with force, but with presence. "Let's go somewhere quieter," he whispered. She followed him into the lantern garden, where the lights were soft and the air smelled like warm crystal blossoms. "I don't understand," Aelira whispered. "Why do they stare? Why do they judge? Why can't I be like them?" "You don't need to be like them," Rion said. "You just need to be you." Her throat tightened. "But they say I'm strange." "You're not strange," he replied. "You're Aelira, and that's enough." The Empress approaches. A warm shadow fell over them. Empress Aelira stepped into the garden. Her presence, bending the lantern lights around her, Aelira stiffened immediately. "You danced," the Empress said, her voice calm. Aelira lowered her gaze. I tried. Aelira looked at Rion, her expression unreadable. Then she kneeled, the mighty dragon monarch lowering herself to her daughter's height, and placed a gentle hand on Aelira's head. I am proud of you. Aelira's breath caught. The Empress turned to Rion. You have done something sacred. You helped my daughter shine. I only did what felt right, Rion said. You saw her, the Empress replied. Truly saw her. Aelira's cheeks warmed. Her fingers tapped lightly again. Tap, 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 a rhythm of comfort rather than fear. Rion smiled. I'd be honored to be her friend. Friendship, Aelira said softly, is how the strongest bonds begin. Aelira looked up at Rion. Will you dance with me again? She whispered shyly. He offered his hand, any time. The lanterns glowed brighter as Aelira smiled again, soft, radiant, unguarded. For the first time in her life, she felt seen. For the first time, the Empress saw her daughter not as fragile, but as someone blooming at last.